Hi everyone, Charlotta here. I recently made a new dress to wear all year round and I filmed the process to share it with you. In this video I'm going to look at design, inspiration and fabrics. I know inspiration is really deeply personal, but quite often for a lot of us it's either an image we see, maybe a fabric we've come across, or even an occasion we need a garment for. So I thought I'd let you into the inspiration and design process behind my latest make. And what I really wanted to do is make a dress which is really wearable all year round. It's easy, comfortable, but with a little bit of special detail. So you put it on and you feel great when you walk outside. So I'm going to just take you through the design process and drafting and the sewing and show you what my thinking behind each step is. So for this occasion, I really wanted the garment. So that was the initial inspiration. But then I've also been contemplating my favorite Balenciaga book. Hold on a second, I get it. It's this one. I love Balenciaga's work, and if you've ever been to the Balenciaga Museum, I'm very jealous because I haven't. I didn't even make it to his exhibition, but it's this image I've always loved, and I sort of wanted to create a dress with that sort of volume and not detail in the front, but a bit more wearable than Balenciaga's one-piece garment and maybe the sleeve, so you can put it on. And when I was sort of browsing, because that's how I find quite a lot of my inspiration, just looking at beautiful stuff, and I came across another Balenciaga dress, and this time it was more of a wearable dress, but it had the same sort of volume and not detail. And that sort of I decided that's what I want for my new dress, some sort of not detail at the front. And then I had a bit of a brainwave, which I find that's how inspiration quite often happens. If you just let your mind go and you look at stuff, you suddenly remember something you've already done. And in which case, I remember a knotted dress. I've worn it quite a few times. Let me get it for a second and put it on and I'll show you. Here we are. Ta-da! I think I've worn it for Me Made May before. But I really like it because it's got that sort of Balenciaga drapey detail. It's not too tight, so you can tighten or loosen the bow depending on how you're feeling, and it's got that sort of same feel as a Balenciaga. And I think I just developed it from a drape or something. It's quite, I've had it for about 8-9 years. I really like it, as you can tell. But I find my pattern cutting gets better over time, or understand garments more. So this garment, I always love the detail or fit, but there's lots of stuff wrong, like the armholes a bit wrong. The neck is okay, but it's sort of stuff where you just think it's still not perfect. So in a way, using the Balenciaga inspiration, using this type of construction, but making it a bit better. So I thought that'd be perfect for a dress. I know this fits me, but improving on the pattern cutting, because I've got this one as well. And again, it's the same model in the green silk. And again, the neckline went a bit wrong. So it'd be perfect to improve a bit and share the cutting process, because it's a really interesting drafting process to create that sort of volume. It works very much like 1940s twisted dresses. So let's have a look at how I want the dress to look. And what I like to do is sometimes just scribbles, but if possible, I have a working sketchbook, and I just bought a new one because all of mine were full. So I'm just gonna make sort of a quick list to remind myself. And then I'm going to sketch up a dress, and then I get started with drafting. And sort of designing your dress is really personal. Again, you might just all do it in your head, you might drape it all together, you might have a proper spreadsheet or a journal you do it. I always change what I do, but I quite like to have a record to a certain extent. So in a few years' time, I know what works, and you can make little notations and stuff. Let's call it all here around dress, and then I'm going to just write where it was inspired by Balenciaga. Because I'm quite a visual person, so I probably remember that it was something, the image which inspired it, but then I forget who was Balenciaga. I'm not that great. And what I want for this dress is wearable all year round. So I want sleeves, because that's one of the things I don't like about this dress, is that in summer it's fine, but most of the year you need to wear a layer or a cardigan. So sleeves are quite... I think sleeves always make you feel dressed and like you can go anywhere. I also wanted to have pockets, but of course you can just put them on the side, so that's fine. And I wanted a special detail. So a special detail is going to be a knot, so that's fine. And then finally I need to think about fabric still, because I'm not 100% sure. And that might be a problem. I don't know how you are, but I find finding the perfect fabric is often the hardest. It's actually easier to start if you already have a fabric in mind. But let's sketch out this dress a bit. So I quite like this neck. It's not too tight, but not too big. So I'm going to do a normal neck. And then it's just going to have this little bow or knot. And sometimes on Instagram you see these beautiful drawings. I'm competent, I can communicate, but I'm not an illustrator. But it's for my personal use, so I can understand what it means. It's going to have side pockets, but it might be really nice with a detailed pocket as well. And then I'm going to put in a zip in the side, but you could easily put a zip even in the center back, or even you could have button stand here or something. That'd be really nice. And then it has a bit more of a shirt dress feel. So that's sort of a different vintage style, which is so really different but really nice. And I think I'm going to go for this waist height, but you could easily move that same sort of volume up at the front. And there's a beautiful image there. Audrey Hepburn is wearing, I think, Givenchy, and it has this sort of this size bow but at the neck, and I love it. But I think I'm gonna go for the waist, just because we're in England and it sometimes rains, it's sometimes cold, it's sometimes warm, but I quite often maybe have a coat or a jacket. So if I have all the detail up here, it'd be difficult to close the coat. So if I have it at the waist, it's a bit more versatile. So this is my dress. So it's wearable all year round. It has got sleeves, it's got a pocket, it's got special detail. And now I just need to find my fabric, and I've got a few ideas. So let's have a look. So the first one I've bought quite recently, which might be nice, is this corduroy. Actually, that pink wool is nice, but I think that yellow corduroy might be nice. Let's get it out. I also quite like these but I think they're going to be too thin. It's a really thin wool, voile maybe. And also with wool, I want something I can put in the washing machine. That's going to be tricky. And all these wools too thick, I think. Then I love this broderie and glass, but that's really summery. What else have I got? These are just all cottons. This might be nice. I bought that really recently. It's a graphic fabric. So that might be nice. I quite like these, but they're really thin again. And then like a lot of the nice corduroys and the nice wools, I never have quite a lot. Because I love this one. Can you see it? But I've only got 0.5 meter. And then these are all really thick wools. This might be nice, but I think that's a bit too utilitarian. So I'm going to go with these, the corduroy and the graphic fabric for now. So let's have a look at my choices. What I like to do is quickly put them on a mannequin. Or if you haven't got a mannequin, which most of us don't, just hold them on yourself. I'm actually going to pop upstairs later and put it against my face to see whether it actually suits me. Because it's always a bit of, does it suit your skin tone? Maybe even which shoes have you got to go with it? And I love this corduroy. It's that sort of, is it called mustard? Which is, I can never find a very flattering name. But it's that sort of golden yellow, which is quite on trend. But it's a colour I've worn for years. And it goes really well with other neutrals. So I wear quite a lot of red. I wear quite a lot of navy. And it goes perfect as well. But what I'm worried about is, because I'm not going to do any fancy, I'm not going to suddenly create the dress out of a piece of fabric. What I want to do is just see how the drape is going to feel on the garment. That's the most important thing. And I think what I thought would be the problem is the corduroy is really thick. And it's not a super thick one, but it's a pile because it's got that, what makes it corduroy, like a velvet strip. And I think that's going to be sort of rub each other going around and you won't get that sort of nice volume. It just sort of be stiff. So this one, which is polycotton, I was a bit I bought it online, and you know when you're not 100% sure, the seller is telling you what it really is, but you love it. So I bought it anyway, and it's a polycotton, but it's got a similar feel to a really nice cotton. So I think that would be much better. Can you see? So if I could do that bow detail, it's sort of going to break up the print. It create a bit of interest, maybe more flattering because the print is folded, and it has enough weight and stiffness to look sculptural or a bit sort of to look luxurious. So I think it'd be really nice. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to hold it against me upstairs. But what I'm going to do next, now I've got my fabric and I've got my design, I'm going to draft this knotted dress. So this was how I chose the design and the fabrics. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I drafted and stitched the dress.